Fishing Reports. It's the end of April. We're here in the Dalles, Oregon. We're going after walleye with walleye legend Ed Iman. But first we're gonna have a quick bite to eat at Cousin's Restaurant and Saloon. So come on in. Pretty excited. We're here in the Dalles. It's Cherry Festival time. We've got walleye fishing with Ed Iman lined up. It's gonna be a fun couple days. We're just getting into town here. Let's check into our room. Come on, let's see what we got. Let's see the room. This morning we're in the saloon because the restaurant's so full. It seems to be a popular spot for breakfast.
I'm at it here every day.
Wow. That's a cinnamon roll.
I'm having their famous steak and eggs with hash browns, followed by a nice warm cup of coffee. Oh yeah, just the way I wanted it. Look at that. Thank you so much for your wonderful service.
You're very welcome.
You guys have been great the last couple days. We've kind of almost got to know each other.
Right.
And it's been fun.
Awesome. Same.
Here at the Dalles and the Cherry Festival.
Thank you for coming.
Freaking ball.
Good job.
So,
Good morning.
Morning. Let's take. Yep, we've got some smiley blades on from Mack's, and one of the rods has got a setup from Dutch Fork on it.
Okay.
And we're going to troll them this morning for a while and see what happens, and then we'll go from there.
I mean, we're here at the end of April. Is this a good time of year?
You know, it's a transition time right now. We've just gone through spawn, so this is post-spawn. So what we want to do is we want to start fishing right now.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
Yeah, right. Let's talk about it.
And the other thing you should do when you put this in, when you go to put this in to begin with, set it in the water for a second and let the rig straighten out behind it. Otherwise, it has a tendency to tangle on your line and on your bottom walker. And then just basically shut the reel off, and we're just gonna make a downstream pass here, and we're just gonna work it real nice and slow. We're gonna do this a time or two, go around the island, go down below the mouth of the chutes and fish those places. This year, we're not seeing any 8-12 inch fish. So the spawn last year wasn't real good. So the fish will mature up, and then all of a sudden there'll be a period there where you've got this hole from this collapse of the spawn for that year.
Sure.
And it happens. It's just a cycle, you know.
Right.
And a lot of these guys, they just don't understand that, you know. They think that they think that because they could go out and catch 100 fish a day that they were really cool. And
So let me ask you, what do you keep and how many per angler?
well, I like to target at least 5 a person. You know, maybe a couple more or so, but that's a good, nice little baggie of fish. I fillet them out, you know, and I'm not looking to fill their freezer.
Right. It's not really a meat harvest, type deal.
Now we got a little deeper, so you want to let a little line down.
I got it.
Here we go.
Fish on.
Fish on.
Is that your first walleye ever?
No, today.
Oh, okay.
Today. Yeah. We got some fillets here coming up here.
Let me get the net here. Okay, so you move forward.
Yes, sir.
All right, just reel right down to the water. Just reel right down to the water. Now lift, easy. There you go. Columbia River Gold. Right there.
Man,
Look at that.
Nice one.
See that? And he come loose in the net. And that was on a Mack's Walleye pop.
Okay.
Now wait a minute. Let me tell you something.
Chunk of worm on him.
Stick your finger in his gills. Finger in the grills. Now go right up between them, just like that. Up a little farther, and in. See if you get your finger right here.
Yeah.
It kind of like paralyzes them. Kind of like picking a lip in a bass. So put your hand underneath it. You won't cover so much of the fish up.
Okay, Captain.
Hold her way out, Paul. There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, that's a nice sized walleye.
That's an eater.
Yeah.
This is a good eater.
Yep.
For all my walleye fishing buddies, amen. Including this fish. There we
Another
go.
one, Paul?
Oh yeah.
Jeez, Paul, you're
Right on.
fire.
Hey, well, it's technique, man. You got to listen to Captain Ed and his instructions, and you too may catch a fish, Rob.
Now where'd I put the net? Okay, now lift. Another nice one. Nothing wrong with that one. Look at that one. That one come off in the net again.
Paul's
That's why
killing
you
it.
got to keep pressure on.
Paul's killing it this morning.
Perfect.
Look at it, and my worm is still good, okay? And we're ready to go get another one. Walleye.
See that interrupt?
Isn't that a beautiful fish? I can taste it now. Very good looking fish.
That'll be a nice batch of fish.
So Ed, you hooked up.
Got one.
Man, it's just beautiful weather out here, perfect conditions. Ed, is this one of your regular spots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's producing these beautiful walleye.
Let me come over here. And I'll
Columbia
take care of
Gold.
Now, how come yours are bigger than mine?
it. Because you're a very nice guest. Our host. I'm the guest.
Okay.
Yeah, look at those teeth in there.
Oh, look at that.
Look at how white he is. That's because the water's cold and it hasn't been in the shallow water yet. See, these you lift.
Right? A little bit of everything here. We pick up the bass now.
Nice little smallmouth. But he's real light colored yet. As the water warms up and stuff, he'll get much darker and much prettier. So he needs to go back. Goodbye.
You were saying that's where the phrase "what in the Sam Hill" comes from.
Yep, that's where it comes from. It was up there. Because he would bring people out here. You got to remember now, this when he built that place up there, pretty big house even today's standards. But there was nothing out here, and he would bring crew out, and they were working on grades on roads and how to bank turns and stuff. Because automobiles was just kind of coming into fashion then, and he'd build the road, and then he'd bury it back up again. And so people they couldn't figure out what he was up to all the time. But he worked on like the Golden Gate Bridge. He worked on a lot of stuff throughout the years as an engineer.
So what in the Sam Hill are you doing? You're building a road and filling it in?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What in the world are you doing?
Yeah. The upper two floors are all sorts of really pretty artwork and glass, and he was friends with Rodin, the sculptor, and he actually has a plaster Paris, real small plaster Paris mock-up of the statue, the Thinker, up there, and
Really?
that's something that you never ever see because they were destroyed, you know. And he's got
the mold up there?
no, it's a plaster mock-up. It's just it's a model that when he was figuring out how to do it, it's small. It's only about maybe 6 by 6, something like that, 6 inches high. And then he has a lot of art glass, you know, Tiffany, Lalique, and stuff like that up there. A lot of really nice paintings, and in the upper floors. And then in the basement of it was all pioneer stuff and Native American stuff.
And it's open to the public?
Yeah, it's a fee. I don't know what the fee is, but yes, it's open to the public. Yeah. Now, you see that alcove in the rocks there? Yeah. That's where we're going to find the majority of it. And you see banded rocks? Right. A lot of it in that banded rocks, down about eye level, you see that target right in the middle of that alcove.
Good. So Ed, you were talking a little bit about the wind as it comes up. It can be a challenge keeping that right trolling speed.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
That target speed, what is it? What are we trying to be at?
Between 1 and 2 miles an hour. You know, basically, if you can just break the current. One of the other things we do is, like right now, the bite is kind of a short bite, a slow bite, and we'll if the wind's not blowing, you know, we can take a heading kind of, then kick it out of gear and let it coast,
Sure.
and kick it back in direction. But when the wind blows like this, you got to be on it all the time because it'll spin you around. You know? And you know, I was fishing earlier, but now with this wind, with everything going on, I won't fish because if I take my hand off of the tiller to reel in my rod, we're gonna do a 360.
Right. We're down to a couple rods. Yep. And you got us, you're doing full-time navigation. So, you started this out with bottom walkers.
Right.
Is that your starting place every time for walleye?
Well, pretty much so. Bottom walker with a bait harness. Here we're using worms in a like a Mack smiley blade or a Dutch fork prop there. Those cover a lot of ground, and so we can kind of try to zero in on the fish. Now, we found those fish earlier, and they were in one little segment there, right? But when we went back around, we couldn't really nail them down. If we could have nailed them down, then we would have went to using jigs in that area, and we probably could have been real productive if you can get them bunched up a little bit. So,
Sure.
And they won't stay there a long time, so they're going to move.
There was you hooking on one?
Yep.
Oh, Paul, you're exciting them up.
That was a good segue.
Yeah, well, we'll have Paul put this fish in the boat, and we'll come back with a little bit more. With the Dalles Chamber of Commerce. It's Cherry Festival, and we spent a good weekend of walleye fishing here. What a great coincidence.
I know, we love that it's the same time of year as the good walleye fishing out on the Columbia, but also the Cherry Festival. It's always the 4th weekend of April, and today is just a beautiful day. We cannot ask for better weather today than this.
Right. So you get spring salmon in here sometimes at this time of year. The walleye's always good. If people are in town, there's lots of stuff to check out.
There always is. We've got several attractions as far as really just class act museums, and then we also have some great breweries, some wineries, and some amazing stores that are one of a kind in our downtown. But as you can see, the Cherry Festival, which is the celebration of the blossom, is taking over this town the whole entire weekend, and there's something for everyone here.
It's a really good time to be here. We're having a great time. Thanks for having us.
Oh yes, my pleasure, and I hopefully we'll see some more walleye caught.
Yeah, I'll get you some for sure.
Thanks.
another dandy. And we're right below the mouth of the Deschutes River on the Columbia River, fishing with Captain Ed. And Northwest Fishing Reports. Go Northwest Fishing Reports. Look at that healthy. Look at the fillets. I can taste them right now coming off of this.
They're still a nice meaty little fish.
Like the bellies
The one I
on
caught
those.
is small, but these are all, that's filet mignon right there. That's,
Look at that.
See how fat his belly is.
Yeah.
And so what you do is you cut them right here so they bleed out. So we're gonna cut these out, cut them, and we throw them in the cooler so they bleed out in the cooler.